work. Maybe just a couple of reflections to finish up. I don't want to give people a long time. One, the breadth of engagement that everybody has, the breadth of work that's going on is really incredible for the scope of the program. I know it's not the first time. This is AB3, and it's also building upon everything else that your organizations do, plus all of the networks that you have and all of the continual engagement and conversations and dialogues you're having with the formal partners in the Bangsamoro, local governments, other CSOs, everybody. But nonetheless, I think if you look across the breadth of everything we heard this afternoon in those presentations, it's really pretty extraordinary. So congratulations to all of you for that breadth of work. Second observation is, part of the agenda for today was convergence, and in one way we think about that as coming together or sharing, but it's also really about being willing to open ourselves up to be challenged and questioned. And I think it was really healthy this afternoon to see the questions that were coming in, the discussions, the clarifications, because in doing this kind of work and being committed to doing it for a long period of time, as most people here are, with the exception of a few youngsters who are beginning, Eleanor, the 25-year-old. It is important that we continue to have that kind of humility that says, I can learn and I can always improve whatever it is that I'm doing. So that was really heartening for me to see and to hear this afternoon in the way in which there was back and forward and questions, very respectfully, but also digging into a little bit in terms of understanding the logic and the framing that each organization presented. And the third and last observation is, maybe two more. The third observation is we frame our role, the Asia Foundation, as a support function to each of you, and to, by extension, through to our partners in the BTA and the Bangsamoro. But also we try and lead in a way of shaping an agenda for this space. The challenge that's at the heart of Activate Bangsamoro was not created by us, right? The steps that led to the peace agreement, that led to the plebiscite, that led to the creation of the BAM, that led to the electoral code, all of these things are much bigger than all of us. But in creating the first Activate, or in framing the first Activate, what we did was pick up on those conversations and those challenges that everybody was observing, and try to pull together an effort which would bring together various sectors, particularly at that time focused on women, youth, Indigenous peoples, and look at what was needed both national and local in terms of the capacities, and look at the geographic spread around the region. Where are these interventions needed, and who has the capacity to reach women, youth, IPs, who has the capacity to reach in these different geographic areas, and who can bring the right skill sets in terms of understanding laws and national electoral framework, in terms of understanding what it takes to engage in these communities. So that jigsaw puzzle of expertise and interests was what we tried to convene. And I guess our leadership contribution in this was framing the approach and the issue to address, and then in convening all of you. And it's been a tremendous, I'm just reflecting this afternoon, listening to everyone, tremendous journey in which I think we've learned as much from you as I hope you have from us. And that leads me to my last point, which is a point of gratitude, to say thank you for continuing that journey. Thank you for the hard work. Thank you for the commitment. Thank you for the perseverance. Thank you for following all of the many rules that come with this kind of funding. But thank you to each and every one of you for continuing that journey together, for what you bring to the table, for your expertise, for your connections, for your networks, for your understanding of the context, and most of all, for your willingness to continue to commit to the idea at the heart of Activate Bangsamoro, which is really helping build that bridge between the regional government, the new parliament, and the citizens in the region. I still have a strong belief that it's a very worthwhile investment of time, energy, and commitment, and I'm really pleased that there are all of you continuing to have that same belief and that same commitment. So I'm very optimistic about looking forward to seeing what comes in the next 3 months before the next meeting, and of course through until the end of this particular phase in February. And lastly, thank you to all of you. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'm glad I could come today, and I look forward to the next time we can get together. Shukran.